Welcome back. Today's story is going to focus on Zeus, the king of the gods in Greek mythology. If you enjoy the story, make sure you subscribe, but for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story of one of the most controversial gods in all of mythology. Before Zeus ruled the heavens, and before Olympus stood tall, the world was ruled by the Titans, mighty beings of unfathomable power. Their king, Cronus, had taken the throne by force, overthrowing his father, Uranus, in a brutal act of rebellion. But in his victory, Cronus learned a terrible prophecy. One of his own children would rise against him just as he had done to Uranus. Determined to prevent his fate, Cronus devoured each of his children the moment they were born. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, all swallowed whole, trapped in his vast, ungodly stomach. His wife, Rhea, was horrified but powerless against her husband's strength. Yet when her sixth child was born, she could bear it no longer. Rhea tricked Cronus, wrapping a stone in swaddled cloth and offering it as their newborn son. Cronus, none the wiser, swallowed the stone, believing he had secured his reign. Meanwhile, the real child, Zeus, was spirited away, hidden in the caves of Crete, far from his father's reach. There, he was raised in secret, nurtured by the divine goat, Amalthea, protected by the Curetes, warriors who clashed their weapons to drown out his cries. As Zeus grew, so too did his strength. He was not merely another god, he was destined to break the cycle of tyranny. When Zeus reached his full power, he descended from the mountains, ready to claim his birthright. But he knew brute strength alone would not be enough. Cronus was still a titan, far greater than any one god. So, Zeus turned to Metis, the goddess of wisdom, for counsel. With her guidance, he prepared a potion, a concoction so potent that when Cronus drank it, he vomited up his swallowed children. One by one, they emerged fully grown, enraged at their stolen lives. United, for the first time, the 6 Olympians swore vengeance on their father. Thus began the Titanomachy, the great war between the Olympians and the Titans. The battle raged across the heavens and earth for 10 years, shaking the very fabric of existence. The Titans, led by Atlas and Cronus, seemed unstoppable, their strength boundless. But Zeus was no ordinary warrior. He freed the Cyclopses, the ancient giants imprisoned by Cronus, and in return, they gifted him thunder and lightning, weapons of unimaginable power. Armed with the storm, Zeus unleashed bolts of raw energy, shattering mountains and setting the sky ablaze. With the tide turning, the Olympians pressed forward. Poseidon unleashed great tidal waves, Hades brought shadows and death, and Zeus's relentless thunderbolts crushed their foes. Finally, with one last strike, Zeus struck down Cronus, severing the rule of the Titans forever. Cronus was imprisoned in Tartarus, the deepest pit of the underworld, along with his defeated kin. The war was over. The Titans had fallen, and the age of Olympians had begun. Zeus had won. With the Titans defeated, the cosmos stood at a crossroads. The 3 most powerful Olympians, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, gathered to divide the world among themselves. They cast lots, a sacred act of fate, to determine their domains. Poseidon claimed the sea, ruling over the vast untamed waters. Hades took the underworld, governing the realm of the dead. Zeus won the sky, becoming the king of the gods, ruler of Olympus and the lord of thunder. Despite this division, Zeus's rule extended beyond his own domain. He was the final authority over gods and mortals alike. His voice was law, his will absolute. He oversaw the balance of the universe, ensuring that the old chaos would never return. But ruling Olympus was no simple task. Gods were unruly, mortals unpredictable, and destiny ever-shifting. Even Zeus, in all his power, found himself tested again and again. Though Zeus was feared, he was not always respected. His rule was challenged more than once, even by his own kin. The most dangerous uprising came not from Titans, but from the gods themselves. Led by Hera, Poseidon, and Athena, a conspiracy formed to overthrow Zeus and to take Olympus for themselves. Hera, his wife, was the mastermind, furious at his countless affairs and arrogance. One night, as Zeus slept, the gods bound him in unbreakable chains, stripping him of his power. For a moment, the throne of Olympus stood empty. The conspirators debated on who should take it, but before they could decide, the goddess Thetis intervened. She freed Briareus, one of the mighty Hecatoncheires, who stormed into Olympus and shattered the chains binding Zeus. Awakened and enraged, Zeus punished the betrayers. Hera was hung from the heavens, suspended in torment. Poseidon was forced into servitude, and Athena, though spared, was made to swear eternal loyalty. From that day, no god dare challenge him again. But the gods were not the only threat. Monsters rose too, the children of the old world seeking vengeance. The greatest of them all was Typhon, a colossal fire-breathing titan so powerful that even Zeus's thunderbolts could not kill him. Their battle shook the heavens. In the end, Zeus triumphed, imprisoning Typhon beneath Mount Etna, where his fury still burns to this day. Over time, though Zeus ruled Olympus, his influence extended far beyond. He was also the keeper of justice, watching over the mortals, rewarding the brave and punishing the wicked. And yet it was Prometheus, the Titan trickster, who made Zeus's greatest enemy among men. Prometheus defied the gods, stealing fire from Olympus and gifting it to humanity. Furious at this act of defiance, Zeus chained Prometheus to a mountainside where an eagle tore at his flesh every single day, his wounds never healing. But Zeus's wrath did not stop there. He sought to punish mankind for accepting the stolen fire. From the clay of the earth, he ordered the creation of Pandora, the first woman crafted with beauty, but burdened with a jar of misfortunes. When she opened it, sickness, war, and despair spilled into the world, Zeus's revenge upon humanity. And yet, even in his cruelty, Zeus was not without mercy. In time, he allowed Prometheus to be freed. He fathered heroes, guided kings, and shaped the fate of the world from the shadows of Olympus itself. As centuries passed, Zeus remained the undisputed ruler of gods and men. His many children, Hercules, Perseus, Helen of Troy, shaped the course of history as we know it. His judgment decided the wars of mortals. His thunder still roared across the heavens. Yet, even Zeus could not halt fate forever. The oracles whispered of a time when the gods themselves would fall, a day called Ragnarok by the Norse, the doom of Olympus by the Greeks. Whether this prophecy would come true, even Zeus could not say. But for now, he ruled, and as long as Olympus stood, the king of the gods would continue to endure.